All right. Good morning, world. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to have you guys here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whatever part of the world you're joining us from, we will greet you. All right. Let me know the location where you're joining us from in the chat box. I'm super pumped to have you all here again. So today is more of how to do analysis, how you can start placing trade, how to know when to get in, how to know when not to get in, how to get out, how to plan your exit, how to take profit in the right places, the right levels, and all of that. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So I have some people from Nigeria, Abuja, Nigeria, Lagos, Ogun State. I have people from South Africa, Zimbabwe, from Lagos, Nigeria, Ukraine, Washington, D.C., from Dubai. And okay, bring it in, bring it in. And we are currently live streaming on YouTube too. So for the YouTube people who are currently watching, let me know your location too. We've got Ghana, we've got Ebonyi, we've got Kenya, we've got Ghana again. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, that's Somalia. All right, South Sudan, Somalia again, Taraba. Thank you, Saeed. I'm good. Thank you very much. Qatar, Turkey, Zambia. Nice to have you all here. So almost everyone is well represented. While on YouTube, we've got Faith from Port Harcourt, Ifine from Nigeria, King Forex from Ghana, Nigeria, Mr. Akonde, Malawi, Emmanuel, Tanzania, Steven, Rwanda, Kigali. All right, we have got Ghana. Again, a whole lot of people right here. Nice to have you guys here. You guys are super welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yesterday I went through the mail. There was a mail that I put out in my channel that if you don't understand anything from, or like that is meant for question, ask Jeffrey at firepeakfx.com. That was an email that I put out there. So some people get back to me. The most feedback that I got was some people want me to really explain how to open a brokerage account, how to open a brokerage account. So that's why I'm just going to be going over this one before we head straight to the topic of today. All right. So open the brokerage account. You are going to click on the link that I provide in the description box on YouTube. All right. So if you're on YouTube, you have to just head straight to the description box right now and you click on that link. All right, just hold on a second. Let me pick up the link that you're going to sign up with. So when you click on that link, which I'm also going to drop it in the group chat right now for those who are currently on the Zoom call. So you may want to check this out. For if you've not done this already, just click on this. Yeah, send it out. So once you get here, you click on Start Now. Upon clicking on Start Now, then it should take you to a page where you start doing your registration. Remember, I'm recapping. What's important is make sure you give them an address that matches with what you have in your utility bill. All right. Utility bill, I mean, bank statement. That's the easiest one to get for those who are in Africa. Bank statement, water bill, light bill, any one of these. It's not all of them, just one of them. Anything that shows payments going out or coming in and that has your address. What you want to confirm is your address, proof of address. Okay, that's one criteria. And the second thing is proof of identity. All right, proof of identity. Your national valid ID card that is recognized by your country where you're from. It could be international passport, your country's driving license, your country's voter's card, or your country's national identity card. Any of these for anyone at all. So you need two of these documents for you to be verified. So you want to put in your country. Let's say, for example, let me put in the country I'm from. I'm Nigeria. Then I put in my email address and I put in a password. Then click on continue. So that more questions will keep popping up until I get to the final stage. So let me log in so you guys can see how the back office is going to look. Then you will be able to fund your account. So I have to stop sharing so that because I want to put in my credentials right there. Okay. Just a second. I'm working on that. All right, so I'm done. I just sign in. They are going to be giving a login. The login details that you give to them, that's what you're going to be giving. So this is currently my back office on this platform, Xness, right now. All right. So how to deposit. Once you get in here, there's going to be a prompt for you to upload your means of identification, which I just explained. So make sure you give them those details, and you'll be verified. So once you are verified, you should be on this page. You should be good. Then the next thing is you have an account open for you already, like this. So you want to get the real details, click on settings, and you can get the detail of the account, right here, account information. They will give you the login details, the account number. Please do not allow anyone to see this, your number, this trading detail, this trading account number. I'm only displaying this one because I'm not going to use it again because it's a necessity just to reply that mail. All right. So that's why I'm showing this. Do not allow anyone for any reason to see this account number because you can get hacked. That's if you have money, real money right there. All right. So the next thing is you want to deposit money or open a demo account. If you want to open a demo account, it's very simple. You can come in right here. Okay, open new account from here, or you can come in on demo and open new account on demo. But if you want to open a real account where you make real money and make real losses, you open new account. So the one I want to touch on is deposits. I also got other emails talking about how do we deposit, what's the best way to deposit. Now, if you're in Africa or any part of the world, or yours, if you're in Africa, your interface should just be like this. So they've got Bitcoin. If you're not comfortable with using cryptocurrency, for $5,000 using this option. So it is that vast. So there are a lot of things that you could do. So there are options here that you could explore. All right, please and please, whatsoever thing that you're doing, I'll recommend you make sure whatever means you're going to use. If you're using any of these third-party payment processor like Neteller, Perfect Money, Screw, make sure they are verified before you use them. Else, your account you may find it difficult to pull out your money from this third-party payment account. What I mean, Screw, Perfect Money, Neteller, just to make sure you are safe, and StickPay. Make sure you are verified with them first before you put in any money with them. So once you deposit, wow, this join are coming again. Please kindly just stop it if you're the one. Okay, let me stop that. Okay, that's it. So once you're done with that, then you should be good. You can start trading. So once you get funded, then the money you funded should be reflected right here. Then you have to pick up these trading details. So you click on account information here. Once you click on it, I don't want to click on it because it's going to bring out my password and everything. Once you click on it, then it's going to bring out your password and your live server. Then you go on your MT4. You go on your MT4. Let me do that again on how to get that done on MT4. Share my phone screen. So you come on your MT4, you do the settings that I talked about yesterday. Oh, I think this is a real account again that I'm about to show. All right. Sorry, I'm really trying to hide some information so it doesn't go public. So you come on here on your settings. Once you click on your settings, come to new accounts, log into an existing account, select the server you're going to be given. You can be given Xness, Real9, or anything at all. Select the server right there, click on it. Then you're going to, let's say, for example, you're giving Xness, Real9, put in your login details. And your login details is that account number I told you that no one should see. Put that login detail right there and put in the password you're going to be given. Put in your password right here, they're going to be given. At this point, put in your password, then make sure you go on save password so you don't have to be repeating this process over and over again. And you click on sign in at the top right corner of your screen. So that's it. That's how it just basically works. So with that said, let's head straight to the topic of today. So let me recap from last week. I'm sorry, the last class. Last class, we talked about what Forex is, how to trade Forex, why people are trading it. And largely, we talked about how you can set up MT4, how you can have your charts, set up your chart so that you can have a fancy color like this one, blue and red as you have it. And we also talked about lot size, PEEP, how one can profit in thousands and other persons profiting in hundreds just because of lot sizing. Talked about leverage, talked about margin, talked about free margin, talked about margin level percentage, talked about account being blown, and etc. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get into a trade, how to do an analysis. All right. So I'm seeing some couple of people raising their hands to ask questions. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna see. Go on and ask your question. But your microphone is not open. So Jamie, go on and ask your question. Go and ask your question. You can unmute now. Okay, so since you guys are not coming on, just drop the question. If you have more questions, just drop it in form of chat. Just drop it in form of chat. So I'm seeing more hands being raised. Just drop it in form of chat. So let's go. Drop it in form of chat. So in today's class, we're going to be talking about analysis proper. Now we're getting into analysis. How this is the real deal. How you can start making money. Where you start getting in. Why did I know that price was going to drop from here? How did I know that price was going to touch here and drop? This is what you're about to learn right now. So I want you to really send this link to someone who you think needs to hear this right now. Help them on your WhatsApp stories or your Instagram stories. Let them come and learn how to do proper analysis. This analysis works for Bitcoin, whether you're buying Bitcoin and holding for a long time, any crypto, any shit coins, it works. Any Forex pairs, any analysis is the same. If you know how to analyze in Bitcoin, in crypto, you can analyze in stocks, you can analyze in CFDs, you can analyze for Forex, you can analyze anything at all, as long as it is charts representation, candlestick representation, you can analyze anything. There might just be a little things that you may just need to add. Okay, you can analyze any chart. So we have three major type of chart analysis. This is what you note. I let you guys know that we have three major type of chart analysis. We have fundamental analysis, we have sentimental analysis, and we have technical analysis. So let me type that out for those who are taking note. We have fundamental analysis, we have sentimental, and we have technical analysis. These are the three types of analysis. Now, fundamental analysis is analysis that has to do with news, political, economic event of that particular country. All right, has to do with news of that particular country, what's currently happening to their economy. So whatsoever happens to their economy, that has a direct or an indirect impact on the country's currency. All right, so these are determined by social and by micro and macro economic news of that particular country. All right, so there are some people, they are always waiting for just a particular news release. They don't have anything, they don't really disturb themselves over the chart, what the chart is doing or anything. So how did they get this news release? They've got about 3 websites that we traders commonly use. Number one, you want to keep notes to right here. Number one, the commonest one is Forex Factory, forexfactory.com. That's what we use. So you want to type Forex Factory, come in here and type forexfactory.com. We have investing.com. Investing.com. We've got my FX book, my fxbook.com. So all of these ones, they have Forex calendar news. So what this news tell you is just like a normal traditional news, but this one tells you what is to happen in a particular country and the currency that is to affect and what time is to happen. All right. So if you're a fundamental traders, they look out at this place to determine how they are going to trade, whether they're going to go long or whether they're going to go short. It is also worthy of note that the big fundamental traders, they don't just come to this website. Some have a very big channel where they are subscribed to, I mean, crazy amount of dollars, thousands and millions of dollars that they pay monthly subscription, just so they can get the news firsthand. So yes, that's some people's strategy. But basically, here's how it works. So once you come on to Forex Factory, the one I recommend out of this video is Forex Factory, because it's the commonest and very easy to use, very simple interface. Once you come on to Forex Factory, the first thing you want to do, since you're visiting this website for the first time, is you want to go on your time. Click on this timer right here at the top right corner and make sure you set it to your own time zone. So since I'm in West Central Africa, which is +1, I'm in West Africa, so I just click on +1. So if you're in United States, make sure you change that to your own setting. But default, I think the default setting is United States. Okay. So once you are done with that, your timing should the timing right here should rhyme with your country's time. Currently it's 8:18, so everything just rhyme. So you want to check to be sure your time is aligned. You have to check here. All right, this is 8:16. I don't know why it's different from here. Just maybe some few minutes lag. Okay, maybe some few minutes lag right there. So you see this colon right here. This shows the date, this shows the time, and this shows the currency where it's going to be affected. And this shows the impact. When you see the yellow one, it simply means low impact. If you see the red one, is high impact. If you see this one, this is medium impact. The orange flag label, it's called medium impact, this one. Now, what does this even really mean? This yellow one, you really want to pay attention to them because it's low impact. It doesn't really move the market as much as expected. That is, it's not going to be, the force of that news is not going to be that hard. It's just normal, all right? But medium is medium as name implies. But red, don't you see this red? You've got to be wary of that because these are the ones that move market crazily, all right? So the next part, you want to see detail. Now we've got today by 2:30 p.m. in US, it's going to be affecting, this news is going to be affecting USD and it's red impact. So this is going to be very crazy on USD. So these are the kind of ones that you want to be looking at for to trade. So it's a PPI news. Okay, so you click on this folder. This gives you more information, more detail about this news. Why it matters? Why does it move market? Why should you care? Why does trader care? So this is where you read all of this information. So I'm not going to be delving too deep into that. So now let's go to the data. Now these are the data that were forecasted by professionals like macro and micro economists. It was forecasted. These guys are professional in this thing. So they provide, hence my Forex Factory, forexfactory.com provide this information on their website too for people who are also fundamental traders. So actual is what is going to happen, exact number that came up. And one of the most popular news events to be released every first Friday of the month is NFP. NFP stands for non-farm payroll. If you've been on Instagram or you've been on any social media, you see traders saying, oh, NFP, NFP. They're always very hyper about NFP. They keep putting NFP. You might not know the meaning. Voila, now you don't know the meaning. NFP means non-farm payroll. It is a time of the month that unemployment rate, on a number of people who are unemployed in the United States, excluding the non-farm workers, are released. So that gives us idea whether or not United States is doing well, whether or not United States economy is doing well. So if dollar is not doing well, if it's weak, what do? We'll sell the dollar. If it is strong, we buy the dollar. That's the basic principle of the end of news, of NFP or anything at all that we're talking about. All right, so for my folks on YouTube, I'm watching you guys. I'm seeing what you guys are doing. Nice to have you guys too. Nice to have you guys. I'm super pumped to have you all right. Someone is asking for the Zoom link. You can check on my Telegram to get the Zoom link if you want to. But hold on, let me try to see if I can grab that out for you, for those who are on YouTube. Sorry, guys, just a second. So that's the Zoom link on YouTube. So you want to check it out and come join us real quick if you want to. So back to the fundamental analysis. This is how guys profit from the market by just sitting down here, watching what the forecast is saying, watch the previous data, and check out the actual, then they take action. So today I came with my water. All right. So how does this work? The forecast is saying, let's say like for today's news, this news is going to be released by on US by 2:30. Let me zoom one more time. One more in this news going to be released at 2:30. So the forecast is saying the outcome would be 0.5%. All right. While the previous outcome was 0.6%. Okay. So like this, the last time this news was released, it came out, the actual then was 0.6%. And the economists, the professionals are saying that it's going to be right now, it's going to be 0.5%. Okay. So we don't really know what is going to happen. So this actual does not come up not until it's time when the news is actually released. So that's why you see since the time I've passed for all of these other ones that here, this is 8 a.m. one. Before 8 a.m., this was not released. So this one's just got released. Now this one is green, it's color coded. So this is minus 49K. Let me use this one to explain to GBP. Although it's a low impact news, it doesn't really have much effect. So forecast was saying it's going to be minus 31.5K. And the previous data is minus 14.9K. And the actual happened to be minus 49. So it was way more than what they anticipated. So hence, this favors GBP. So if it favors GBP, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be buying GBP. You'll be buying GBP, buy GBP, buy GBP. So what are you going to do? If you go to GBP USD, what are you going to do? You're going to buy GBP USD. Go to GBP AUD, say buy GBP USD, because when you're saying buy GBP USD, buy GBP AUD, you're saying GBP is going to be strong, it's doing well, while AUD is going to be weak as at that particular time. Not necessarily weak, that it could also mean GBP is going to overpower AUD as at that particular time. You just get the idea. All right. So whereas if USD news, now let me test some knowledge here. Let me be sure we attended yesterday's class and we truly understand. Now I want to use the charts function. Go on the chart and answer this question. Now let's say the news release was released. A news release came out on USD. And it was negative, and it was negative on USD. That is, USD was weak. All right, that you have to sell USD. Now, if advise me, I want to go to Euro USD. What should I do? How do I profit from Euro USD? Trading the news on Euro USD. I mean, some are saying buy. I mean, USD is weak. USD is weak. Then I go on Euro USD. What am I going to do? Some are saying buy. Why did you say buy? I would just wish I can unmute and ask questions right here. Why are you saying buy? It's definitely a sell. It's a sell. If US, now let me break this down again. It's a sell. Thank you guys. Thank you. Fantastic. That shows love you guys have. Yes. Now here's what this simply means. On Euro is the base currency and USD is the quote. So we got a news release that says USD is going to be weak. All right. This is base and this is quote. We got news that USD is going to be weak. What do? We rush immediately. We run straight to Euro USD. Since USD is going to be weak, what do? We buy Euro USD. If we are buying Euro USD, what we are doing in essence is we are buying. Sorry. We are buying the base currency and selling the quote currency. That's what we are doing in essence. All right. We are buying the base currency and we are selling. Now, let me test one more time. Let me just test one more time. Okay. What if we say USD is strong? Okay. USD is strong. Then I rush immediately straight to my USD card. That's USD Canadian dollar. What would I be doing? What should I do instead in order for me to take advantage of USD card? Thank you. Buy. Everyone is buy. Thank you. I'm glad you understand that now. Okay. What should I do if I go to USD JPY and USD is weak? USD is weak. I go to USD JPY. If I go to USD JPY, what should I do? Thank you. Say USD JPY. Good. So I'm glad you guys understand that concept and how it works. Okay, so that's how you basically take advantage of news move. Okay, so each time a news is released, so you have to look at the impact on the particular currency. So if it is negative on USD, so you rush immediately to GBP USD, you buy GBP USD, buy Euro USD, sell USD JPY, sell USD CAD, like that. That's what you keep doing. So you keep selling the dollar. So immediately price start moving in your favor. That's how it works. So that's how people take advantage of NFP, time of election too. The time of Donald Trump's election, when he was about to be elected out of the market, I made a crazy amount of money from that. Because in time of Donald Trump, we all know that he never keeps his mouth shut, and we love it. As traders, we love it. But whenever Donald Trump wants to say anything, the market trembles. The market is shaking. Everything is shaking. Everyone is scared because we don't know where the market will just move to. All right. So in his time, trust me, the market was very, very unstable. It can flash up, move down like that. So I was really catching the move. I really liked his tenure. All right. So that's just based on that premise. So I don't know. I'm not a political person or anything. I don't care about who wins or something, but I just want people to just be happy, the citizens to be happy. All right. So that's that on that. So that's how you can take advantage of the fundamental analysis in the Forex market. And also you can look at the graph. Here's a graphical representation of how this news release has been happening. That's if you can read all this chart. So they of course spikes every here and there. You can look at this one. This was what happened on May. So in May, they have a very huge data right here on May. So it's an uncommon difference that they've ever had in May. So that's how you can read the chart. Check the past, what has happened in the past and all of that, and see what is currently happening in the country's economy. So basically, fundamental analysts, they don't care about what is happening on the charts. They just want to look at what's currently happening. How is the economy being affected? What's wrong with the country's economy? So that's what they do. So here, always pay attention to the pairs. Right? When I was starting out, so I always mix it up. If there are news on USD, I probably may just go on Euro CAD, nothing that doesn't, things that doesn't even affect USD, I'll start selling. And at the end of the day, nothing moves in my favor. That's my newbie self. So don't do that mistake. Always make sure you check the currency where it's going to be affecting. So AUD means Australia dollar, JPY means Japanese yen, GBP, of course, Great British Pound, CHF, Switzerland franc, Euro, EUR means Euro, USD, United States dollar, NZD is New Zealand dollar. So you have to make sure these pairs that are related, any base or quote currency, any pair that has any of these crosses in them, that's what you should be trading on at that particular time. So that's how to read the news, and that's that about fundamental analysis. Though there are deeper things like connecting to the real channel where you pay thousands of dollars in order for you to get this data. How would you feel if you get this data? Like you never knew that the price was going to be, imagine they forecasted that it's going to be minus 31.5. The previous was minus 14.9. How would you feel if you get the data that is going to be minus 49.7? How will you take that information? You will take judicious use of that information. So that's why some people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get that information first time. It's just a different thing. You can just do a personal research on it. I was also taught, I saw it, but I'm not a fundamental analyst. So that's why I didn't really go to that route. All right. So now the next one is sentimental analysis. Sentimental analysis is basically seen on social media, like most especially on Twitter. I don't know. Let me not open Twitter because I'm not allowed to open Twitter in my country. But those who knows. All right. So it's mostly seen on Twitter. Sentimental analysis are analysis that is based on sentiment. And for example, that happens a lot with cryptocurrencies. We also what happened with the Shiba Inu, what happens with Dogecoin because of the presence of Elon Musk. These are sentimental analysis. Sentimental analysis is when popular people shares their opinion, public opinion, what a lot of people are buying. So you are following them because you feel that's what you should be buying. You just follow the idea because you trust their instinct. Because Elon Musk is one of the richest people, he's currently the richest person in the world. You say, yeah, I trust his instinct. He can't be doing it wrong. So these are sentimental analysis. So I personally believe that sentimental analysis should not be left to be a standalone analysis. Okay, I don't trust it that much because you just have to do your own personal analysis. Even when professionals, like even when I send signals, just like signals, when I send signals, I still let people know past profit does not guarantee future profit. So you have to do your own personal analysis and be sure that you know what you are doing. And above all, always use risk management. So these things are truly important. So let me drop the website. Let me drop the website on Telegram. Someone is saying I speak fast. I'm sorry. I'll try to slow down. What's the name of the website? I just dropped the website on YouTube too. You can go check it out. That's from Mike Babs. The website is Forex Factory. Let me zoom in for those who are watching. Forex Factory, that's the name of the website. So once you get in here, you just check all of this data. You should be fine, or you can just rewatch this video in a later day. Sentimental analysis can really work on stocks. It works a lot on every other thing, like whatsoever Facebook. There was a time Facebook had a very huge dip. I think it was back in 2018 or 2019. Has a very huge dip. That was because one of their spokesperson came out to say Q2 is going to be Q2 is going to be better than Q3, what they're actually doing. So a lot of investors started pulling out their money. All right. So that's form of fundamental analysis, but it's also sentimental, because some people were tweeting too. And I had a friend who jumped on Facebook at that particular time because he had a dip. So he bought on Facebook stocks. So at some point, he made crazy amount of money. So that's sentimental analysis. What would have happened if you had gone against him, or if you were having difficult time climbing? I think you would have chickened out, because he did not really have proper analysis to back reason why he's buying at that particular time. That's what we are saying. Not that it's not going to work, it will work. But what happens when you are not able to back up your decision that you made? All right. So that's why it shouldn't be as a left alone type of analysis. Now, the last one, technical analysis, which is who I am and what I'm training you all to be. Here is it. Technical analysts always believe that whatsoever is currently happening or whatsoever is going to happen, something similar must have happened back in time. So whatsoever, for you to predict the future, you have to connect the dots coming from the back, according to Steve Jobs. So that's what technical analysis is all about. So you can see all of these things on my chart as a result of technical analysis. So we make use of traditional trend line, horizontal line, vertical lines. We use stochastic, Fibonacci retracement. We use harmonic patterns, and every other thing. I'm not saying all these things I listed are not what I use. I'm just saying these are what technical analysts put together to use. So they create a strategy based on this set of rules, and they make sure it's simple for someone who is new into this business to really understand. So that's technical analysis. So we're going to be delving in proper into technical analysis right now. So talking about technical analysis, in this class, I'm going to be showing you tomorrow how you can be creating your own personal strategy. All right. Today, I'm going to teach you my strategy that makes me tons of money. You can as well be replicating that on your own, and also be raking in the bulk for yourself. As sweet as that sound, if you want to have it, maybe like a step further, very fast, you can come in on my website and just join my team, where we trade live every Wednesday and every Friday. Live every Wednesday. Okay, Friday basically is for newbies. We treat something regarding newbies, like we just talk about basic thing about newbies, what you should know. But Wednesday is where we flip accounts, where we take advantage of the move and trading and all of that. It's always on Wednesday. So I'm training them to just be like a replica of what I'm doing, and even better. All right. So here is where you come on the mentorship and all of that. So that's where that happened. So back to the chart. So technical analysis believes in candles. So what you're seeing on my chart right now is candlestick. All right. So before I even go ahead, how do you get to this point? You go on TradingView.com. So let me copy that and paste for everyone too. I'm just teaching you guys like babies, so you guys can follow step by step. So come to TradingView.com. So someone is asking in the chat box, which analysis do you recommend? All right. The analysis I recommend is the one you're comfortable with and makes you the bulk. If you are good with fundamental analysis and it's bringing in money for you, I want you to go ahead with it. All right. But most traders are technical analysts. That does not mean you should also be a technical analyst. Okay. You can just find the one that worked very well for you and you stick to it. So you go to TradingView.com. That's how you can get to this interface. Now, what is TradingView.com? TradingView.com is a place where we do our charting. When I mean charting, I mean C-H-A-R-T. C-H-A-R-T, not the normal WhatsApp or Instagram or chat. They talk about C-H-A-R-T, charting. All right. So right here, we look at the chart. It allows us to see the chart, what has happened before. These are just like graphical representation, but in form of candle. So you can change this thing to whatsoever color, anything you want, to whatsoever type of chart you want, you can from here, clicking on this one. Oh, I think I should go over the user interface so you know how to navigate this place. So if you come on TradingView, you should have stuff that is in form of volume at the bottom. So first you want to right click. If you are Mac, you use your 2 finger to double tap and you click on remove indicators. So all the indicators are going to be wiped from your screen. Remove all indicators and you come on your settings bar. So you right click again. You go on settings bar here, settings right here, and you just want to screenshot this function. If you want to have exact same thing I have, look at my settings and you screenshot it. So I'm just going to be going over the tab one after the other, slowly and carefully. So you can screenshot it or you can just replay this slowly and you can replicate the same thing. All right, here, so the settings. My appearance is very important. This is what I have in my appearance. And trading, this is what I have to. An event, this is what I have. So you want to screenshot that. I'm sure you should be good. All right. So once you're done with that, I'm going to explain this tab right now. So if you click on here, this is where your community. TradingView is so good that they've got a community where you can start sharing ideas. Like on TradingView, you can follow me. Whenever I publish an idea, have any publication on Bitcoin, let's say, for example, I'm predicting, oh, Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million by the end of this year. You're going to see everything right there. Of course, that's ridiculous. You're going to see everything right there. So it's a very, very, very nice place to do your charting analysis. So you can also do this on your MT4, your MT5 on your phone or anything. Everything works. But TradingView, I just love how TradingView presents it in that I can do my analysis right here. I can close this chart, open again, I'll still meet these lines. Or I can go on my friend's laptop, sign in my account. All of these things will be imported right there. I don't have to start doing them afresh. So it's really stress-free and it's worth it. And it's also worthy of knowing that they've got the premium version. You can get the premium version if you want, but trust me, if you're on the paid, it's just as good as being on the premium. Everything is just fine. Except you want, maybe if you want to use more than 3 indicators, you can subscribe for the premium version. And yeah, the replay functionality. This is the replay functionality. It allows you to replay candles. So if you want to replay your candles back from time, you want to start back testing, this replay functionality is well advised. So you only have to be a premium member in order for you to use that. Okay. That is fantastic. On this first bar right here, this first bar, or you want to form of laser, everything just works. So this is where you get all your technical trend line, like your normal technical drawing tools, all of these things I used to write here on my chart, trend line, arrow, ray, information, extended line, and etc. and etc. All right, you get it right here. Then this is for the Fibonacci retracement. These are tools that people use to gauge retracement and all that, which you are going to be understanding very soon. So just basically play around somewhere around this tab. Yeah, you understand. You understand what I'm trying to say. All right. So if you want to write on your chart, text, and all these things, so I do a call out a lot. This is the functionality I do. I can put it here. I say, okay, when price gets to this point, short. When price gets to this point, just an example. Short, remember, I say short means sell. So short. So it sticks there. Even if I move around, it's still there. So that's what that works for. Yeah. I'm sure you guys are learning new things today. All right. So you have the painting to where you can draw these boxes and all of that. Play around with that too if you want to. And the smiley emoji, anything, you can add it on your chart just to have a better charting experience. This is for long and short position. For those people always ask me, how am I able to put this long and short position? So if I want to go long from here, I'll just put it right here. So automatically, this red part signifies my stop loss zone. Then the green part, signifies my take profit zone. So it's when price move in your green part, that's when you're making profit. If you move in your red zone, that's what you take. How do you take it? You just come on here. For the short one, you want to go short, it's from here. So that's how it basically works. That's how you take the tool and it makes your chart look fancy. I'm sure you must have been seeing that a lot around on people's charts. It's for forecasting. All right. So this is ruler 2 for gauging your number of people that you are making. So from year to year, it tells you the number of people. And you have to pay attention to this. 71.3, that simply means we have 71 pip, 0.71 pip, 3 pipettes. From this point where I measured to this point is 71 pip, 3 pipette. That's what this simply means. And TradingView also tells you the number of candle bars that it took for you to make this number of pips. So it took 26 bars of candles. It took 6 hours, 30 minutes for you to make this much. All right, it tells you the volume and all of that. So all of this, you can just play around. So this is the magnet tool. If you find it difficult to draw your trend line, which I'm going to be explaining in no time, if you find it difficult to draw a trend line, yeah, you want a magnet tool to always keep magneting to the peaks, to the bottom and all of that. You just toggle on this magnet tool. This is the drawing mode. If you want to stay in the drawing mode, this is the padlock, whatever you put on the screen, you should be locking all drawings. And this is for hiding all drawings. You don't want it to see any drawing. And this is for the trash can, where you can trash anything you don't need again on the chart. So I believe I've explained all of that. And here is where you select the pair, which is one of the most important functionality right here, where you select all your pairs. So for example, you want to trade gold. Let's say you want to go on gold. You just come on here and you type the code. Gold is XAU USD. That's the code. So gold dollar. So you come on here and you switch there. That's how to switch pair. So I'm currently on gold now. This is gold chart. So I want to go to Euro USD. Just type Euro USD. So that's how to navigate it. Yeah, you can do the same thing. Someone is asking on YouTube, Ibuku, can you do this thing on phone? Yes, you can have this done too on phone. You can have it done on phone. So if you are following along so far, let me see number 1 on the chat box. Let me be sure you are following along. Drop number 1 on the chat box. So someone is saying, do you download TradingView? No, you don't have to download it. Yes, there's an application you may want to get it, but it's a website. Just go on tradingview.com. Tradingview.com. And for phone, for those who are on phone, you can as well check. You can check your Play Store or your iOS store, and you can download. Premium should be like premium for TradingView should be like $9.99, $10 thereabout. I'm not sure. You just check it out yourself. And premium version, okay, also allow you to set an alarm on your chart. Maybe you don't want to be on your chart all day. You're waiting for price to get to a certain level. And premium version allows you to do that. When price gets to that level, they're going to send you an email or a push notification on your phone. Yeah, that's also very helpful. So TradingView is very, very, very fantastic way to do analysis. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are understanding it. Someone is asking on Zoom, can you use TradingView to analyze synthetic indices? Yes, you can use TradingView. In fact, on Binance, most charting platform on any of these exchange places, they actually import data from TradingView to their own charting platform. So TradingView is like Office. They are in everywhere. You can use it to analyze synthetic. Things are like crypto. Now let me go to crypto chart. Now let's go to Bitcoin, which is BTC USD. On Binance, they bring data from TradingView. Anytime, just check out this logo, TV, on your chart. Check out this TV. You find out that the data is imported from TradingView. You check DEX2 too. DEX2 is for analyzing all those shit coins, crypto coins. That's what I used to analyze my own crypto coin. You find out the data that is embedded for analyzing the data that is embedded in the chart is straight from TradingView. So this is just to let you know how vast TradingView is. Like whole number of people are using TradingView. Like I say, you see this logo right here. See, charts by TradingView. So it's actually from TradingView that they brought out these charts. So you know what I mean, yeah? So it's from TradingView. See this logo. So TradingView is highly recommended. So I recommend this over any charting platform. I recommend TradingView big time. All right. So you can also check even on Binance. They use the same thing. Chart from TradingView. So Bitcoin is currently at 46,000. Wow. All right. So back to GBP USD chart. Now select a different chart so we can do analysis from fresh. So I believe you already understand how to change your pair. Now here is for time frame. Right here is where you select time frame. Remember yesterday I talked about switching time frame. We've got M1, which simply means 1 minute. We've got M5, we've got M15, we've got M30, we've got H1, 1 hour, we've got H4, we've got daily, we've got weekly, and we've got monthly. These are the basic and commonest time frames we have on MT4. But on TradingView, they take it a step further. They offer 1 second charts. That's because of wide range of people that are trying to cover. So TradingView also cover binary for those who are trading from binary using 1 minute call and put option, or 1 second, 5 second, all of that. So that's why they have all this functionality. So they have 1 minute, 3 minutes, even 2-hour charts, everything. They have everything right here. So you select. So the basic one I always recommend for day traders is 15 minutes, 1 hour, and a 4-hour time frame. For day traders, again, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and 4-hour time frame. So here's where you can change the type of candle you want, type of how your chart to be represented, graphical representation. So the commonest one is candles, and I always recommend, and that's the recommended one. All right, you can also have your line charts. So to be in form of lines, like this popular one we see too. Okay, this does not give you enough data, does not give you enough information what's currently happening in that market. So the best one you want to stick to is candles, because this tells you the opening price, the closing price, what happened before the price closed, the information that is entailed inside of the candle, which we are going to be reading very shortly. So right here is where you can compare stocks, you can compare pairs. All right, here is indicators. So you can pull up indicators on your chart, like having moving average, like this moving average. I have moving average right here. You see a line here. You must have been seeing this thing before now. This is how they came in on here. So all you just have to do is come on here, indicators, and search moving average. Moving average, or any indicator you want at all. If you want RSI, just put in RSI, or relative strength index, RSI. So you click on it, it come on your screen, and that's it. So I can't add more than 3. Remember, I already have 3 indicators. That's why it's telling me to upgrade. That's another functionality of using the premium version, because this is not a premium account. I already have 3 indicators, 3 moving average premium package. So that's another point for getting a premium package. That is if you want to, but it's not compulsory. If you I mean, in fact, even me, I'm not using it. All right. So the financials, these are just basic. You don't really want to go here. This is for the alert. This is a template. Maybe you have a template already set. You just want to click on it. It's going to bring up the template, and you don't have to start. Once you click on a new chart, bring a previous chart like this. You click on the template. You apply what you want. Maybe you have a preset indicator that you use to chart your analysis and chart your use for charting. So just click on the template. It applies it immediately. So this is for the alert. You want to set an alert. So when price gets to this price level, send me an email, send me a push notification, let me know, notify me. That's what that is. Replay functionality allows these current candles to disappear. So when this current candle disappears, you start backtesting until it's a real market. All right, so that just allows you to know how well your strategy works. And this also works with with a premium package. So you can backdate it and all that. This one, you move it around. This works for this is my tools, commonly favorite tools. So I use this a lot. You can see the trend line. I use the trend line a lot, so that I kept it to my favorites. In order for you to have it as a favorite, you can click here on trend line and press this favorite symbol. So you have it there. All right. So you can just move it around. So I just move it right there. So basically, and if you also want to share your charts, you may see how I share my charts on the group. I click on this camera, just take a screenshot. I click on this camera side. Then I can copy the link, or I can copy the charts. Then I'll go on my Telegram platform, and I want to send it right here. So here's it. So let me just send it in form of a test. I just test from the live class. So live class. So it's a test. Oh, I just open one takes it as an analysis. Let me delete this because they will think it's a signal. Let me delete it real fast. So that's how it just basically works. So people can see my idea, what I'm currently about to buy, what I'm about to sell, or stuff like that. So that's how it works. That's how I do that's how I send signals. That's how I send signals. So you notice prices from this. Let me show you the previous ones I've been doing. Like right here. Yeah. Safe to short here. Please apply proper response. But this is how I send that thing. So you just copy that small on this camera too. Copy this chart image and you paste. That's it. This is to make your chart enlarged. In order for you not to have any other thing, just TradingView and that you're watching, you're looking at. In order for you to leave this part, you click on escape on your computer, you out. So I think I'll break down all of these things. That another very important point, these are your price level where your price are. This is a publish functionality. I want to share my publish idea, and for those who are following me, so they can see what I'm predicting about Bitcoin, what I'm predicting about current stock, or anything at all. I'll click on publish, then it's going to go to my profile and people start checking that out. All right. So all of this place, you cannot play around. These are like for notifications and just to make sure you are guided. Okay, so that's how to get ahead of to use this functionality. All right. So this is the timing. Now, some people they ask me, Jeff, how do I do it? The time on TradingView is different from the time I currently have as my time zone. TradingView have ability for you to change time zone. But however, if you're using MetaTrader 4, you can't change the time zone. You are at least glued to the time zone that you are given by your broker. But with TradingView, you can change time zones to whatsoever you want. So you have all time zone right here. So you select whatever you want. So the candles, the timing on the candle can start matching with the candle of your particular country's current time. But for me, I don't want to use my country's time. That's why I'm using UTC. I love to use the London time. All right. I love to use the London time because London is one of the busiest session in the whole world. So like the business hub of the whole world. So using that time will not be bad. So that's just my idea of using London time. So you may want to also do that too. Then the next thing you want to see here, maybe your chart moves around your chart, you move your chart down, all of that. Sometimes you're fighting with your chart. So what's happening right there? Why your chart is wobbling around? Maybe because you tried expanding right here, all of that. So just come on here at the bottom. Let me zoom in. Come to the bottom and select auto. Once you select auto, you notice the way the chart immediately snaps. So it can't move, you can't move it down anymore. It just become automatic and you slide whatever you want, how you want it, and all of that. All right, so this is, you can also change your time frame right here. A quick one, but I don't really find this handy. I just prefer to do it at the top right here. So that's it. I believe I've broken down the basics of TradingView. Now let's head straight to charting proper. Talking about analysis, you always have to know that there's no strategy that is a holy grail. There's no strategy that is a holy grail. All strategy at some point would fail. And most strategy at some point, they would have losing streaks. So that's what you have known. So this would further help you as a newbie to stop the chase. Oh, I'm looking for Jeffrey Penson's strategy. I'm looking for Mr. A strategy. I'm looking for Mr. C strategy. What I always advise is whatsoever strategy, this is really important. Let me stop sharing the chart and share my screen and share my just stuff. It's really important that whatsoever strategy, wow, we have close to 500 people on the call on Zoom. And on YouTube, we have a lot of people too. Nice to have you guys. I'm just noticing right now. And whatever strategy you are using, just stick to it. What's really important in the long run is risk management, money management, trade management, and your psychology. That's what's really important. Because I still do lose. Losses are part of the game. The question is not whether you win all the trades. The question is, how much do you make when you're correct? And how much do you lose when you're wrong? All right. You have to lose little. You have to learn to lose little when you're wrong and learn to maximize your move. So that's why you see each time I'm correct, I can be down 5 times. I can lose one loss, second loss, third loss, up until 5 times. And if I have one win, I'm covering them up and I'm making profit. One just happened. That's about last month. I was down about I think 8%. Then for that month, I went straight up, back up about 18%. I'm making more profit. I think I was up about close to $7,000 extra after covering up my losses. So you understand? So what I'm trying to let you know is there will always be losses. Even professional traders, even professionals will tell you that they make losses. All right. The losses, they keep it low. And whenever the profits, they see that they are right. You see, that's why I stack the way I do. So if I'm right, I start entering multiple positions because I want to make maximum use of that move, that chance that I'm correct. So that's how trading basically works. I'm not saying you should be stacking as a newbie right now. No, it's really risky. I really have to understand risk management first before you start doing that. All right. What I'm just saying is why most traders are losing is they put on too much lot size. They risk too much when they are wrong. And when they are right, they put in smaller size. When you are right, you use 0.01. You find out when you are wrong, you are using 0.1 or 1 standard, as the case may be. So those are the important points to know. All right. Back to sharing on screen. There are 3 core principles I want to introduce you guys to. Number 1 is support and resistance. As a traditional trader or as a newbie trader, there's nowhere you want to go to without hearing this word, support and resistance. Now, I think it's safe to just bring you up to a full chart and just have a look at just only the chart. Support and resistance. So support and resistance is a concept that believes, remember I said technical analysis, they believe that whatsoever that is going to happen in your right must have happened before in your left. That history, they believe in history. All right. So support and resistance is a core principle that allows you to know the roof and the floor. It allows you to know the point, the highest point where price will get to. Remember when Bitcoin got to, I remember when Bitcoin at first, when it got to $10,000, it dropped. We had a sharp decline. It dropped to about maybe like $2,000 and all of that. Then from $2,000, it moved up. So hence, when you get to $10,000 is viewed as a resistance. Okay, it's viewed as a resistance. It's a top, it's a ceiling. It's viewed as a resistance. Resistance is like, it's used resistance. It's used synonymous as a ceiling. All right. And whereas we have support. Support is used synonymous as floor. That's just an easy way to, easy explanation to read. All right. So can we say that that's the ceiling? And when it came back to $2,000, then $2,000 is a floor. All right. Once you get back to $2,000, it bounces and it moves up. So let me show you a graphical representation on how that will really pan out in real life. Just like always know that chart, what you can see right here. If I unmute two people now, they will tell me that they don't really know what's happening, but they can see that sometimes price goes up, it comes down, goes up in form of music wave. There was a time I was learning Forex in my former house where I was. Then there was my neighbor from the window who was poking. You know, if you're in Africa, you know, people can really poke in your business in law. And I love that about them. They are never minding their business. They love to know how you're doing. So Jeff, are you into music? That was the question she was asking me. And I'm like, no, this is not music. This is Forex. So why does it look like a sound wave and all of that? It took me 2 days to explain to her that it was not music. Because he said that it's like a music sound and all of that. So with just from that, my neighbor's perspective, by just looking at it from her window from very far distance, she was able to detect that, okay, this is not moving in a straight way. Meanwhile, some people think Forex move this way. That's why whenever they enter trade, already they're just, it should move in my favor. It should move in my favor. They're always very, very, very panicking. They are panicking. They are worried and all of that. They're always striving to make sure they're correct and all of that. That's not how Forex work. You have to know that Forex does not move in straight way. It moves in form of waves. So if you move in form of waves, someone who got in right here and seeing this deep is complaining, oh, it's not moving in my favor. It's not moving in my favor. Just wait. Trust your analysis. Don't worry, soon it's going to move if your analysis is correct. So these are core principles I just want to handle that you guys just have to really know. All right. So Forex move in form of wave. All right. Like this: impulse, correction, impulsive move, correction, impulsive move, correction, impulsive move, correction. That's how trading works. So this point where it gets to before it drop, this is a resistance. So I'll do this with R. So and drop back down, or you can call it a ceiling, just like someone jumping up the ceiling. So when your head touches the ceiling like sort of bounce you back. But if you have more people jumping up to hit the ceiling, the more you hit the ceiling, the more you guys break through the ceiling. And once you break the ceiling, then that means you have a free flow. The ceiling is no longer your limit. You start jumping past the ceiling. So that's how support and resistance works. So when this resistance is broken, you see, it starts flying higher than this part. It starts flying very high. So that's why you see when Bitcoin broke $10,000, it was really, really very easy for it to flip. It's had a very huge spike up and it moved straight to 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 like that. So that's how it basically works. So here's, this is resistance. The point where it came back to, this is support. All right. So you move back up again. You found a resistance right here, a resistance. And this is a support. This is a resistance. And this is support. Resistance. And support again. Stuff like that. That's how trading works. So it's moving in form of waves. So that's what you have known. So talking about wave counts, in wave theory, we are made to believe that we have 5 wave counts. I don't think, okay, that's really advanced. But let me take it a very simple step. It's a simple step for you. So now looking at all of these candles, you will notice that we have the red one and we have the green one. The green one in this case, since I color code it my way, because you can change this color to whatsoever color you want. So Knowing a bullish candle and a bearish candle is not based on their colors, worthy of note. Knowing a bullish candle, how do you know a bullish candle? Here are the characteristics of a bullish candle. Number one, the opening price is lower than the closing price. Okay. Now here's a bullish candle. Okay. I know that it's a bullish candle not because of the color, but I can tell you it's a bullish candle because this was where the candle opened right here, this point. So it went down bearish. So this candle at some point was once bearish, but from here, buyers pushed it up to this extent, and sellers pushed it down a little, then it closed right there. So hence, it's a bullish candle. Since the opening price is below and the closing price is at the top, hence it's a bullish candle. So the reverse is the case for a bearish candle. So let me zoom in for the benefit of those who are watching from phone on YouTube. So I have you all in mind. So I'm also watching your comment here. All right. So now let me use this one as a case study. Just study this candle. I want you guys to understand how candle work so you can best predict the market with candles. This is a bearish candle. How did I know it's a bearish candle? Because of the opening price and the closing price. This candle opened right here. All right. At some point, it went up. So at some point, this candle was a bullish candle. It was green. It was a greenish one. Okay. But market forces, sellers pushed it down back to the opening price. From opening price, they pushed it down all the way to this point. Then buyers, they pushed it up to this point, and it was time has completed because this is 15 minutes time frame. Each candles right here represent 15 minutes to open and form. All this that I'm explaining happened within 15 minutes. So if I take it to 1 hour, each one of them happened within 1 hour. If I take it to 4 hours, it took 4 hours for all of these things to happen. This is what I'm explaining. Daily, it took 1 day. Monthly, it took 1 month for one candle to open and to close. So that's how all of these things just basically work. So this is the opening price right here, and this is the closing price. So since the opening price is higher than the closing price, so hence this is a bearish candle. Now we have other candles, which is what we call doji. Doji candles are candles that the opening price and the closing price is apparently the same. Let me look for an example. They don't have real, they're very sickly. Yeah, here's an example right here. This is what we call doji, although this one still have a little bit of body bullish candle present. This is what we call a doji. So this candle opened, it went up, it was once bullish, came back down, it became so bearish candle. But at the end of the day, before 15 minutes, it closed indecisive. So we don't have winner from the buyer and the seller. None of them won this fight. So I love to look at these candles as like armies. Okay, like perfect armies. That's how I love to look at them. All right. So that's how to read candles. Now, how do you know? Do you have any questions? If you have any question, drop in the chat box. Let me go. I want to go through questions. If you have any nice question. All right. If you got any question, just let me know. Okay, I'm watching. How do you know that the market is ready for a buy or sell? Okay, thank you. I'll go there next. But do you prefer phone or laptop? I prefer laptop analysis because it allows me to see things bigger. Can you talk about supply and demand? Yes, I'm going to talk about supply and demand, DJ. How do you count your resistance? It is only the bullish. And I'm not sure what that means. Maybe rephrase and send again. When you decide to enter more trades, can you execute a trade on TradingView? No, you cannot execute a trade on TradingView. Essentially, you have to be connected to your own personal brokers. But what I do recommend is just use TradingView as your chatting platform and place trade on your MetaTrader 4 on your phone. That's what I do at least. Please repeat how to read these candles. My network went off. Please, you have to watch the recording on YouTube. Can you teach about trends? I'm going to teach that. Sniper entries, okay. How do you know that the market is ready for, okay, someone is asking again. Elizabeth, I'm definitely going to answer that question. Include here as the webinar goes, it will be great to hear it live from you again. Okay, when a trade is on, either buy or sell and it's in profit, how will I know if a reversal is about happening? Okay, I'll answer that. Hello, Jeffrey, good morning. Can you elaborate more on your counter trend line. Okay, I believe that what you mean. I'm still lost on the candles. All right. What are the highly reliable candles you recommend? My question is, what to fundamental analysis? What if two pairs have high impact news? Say GBPSD, what advice do you give? You still check the data. That may help you. Just check the data of what GBP is saying and what USD is saying. One may just outdo the other one. How to close part of your entry? That's partial closing. I talked about that yesterday. How do you avoid blowing your account? So watch the recording of yesterday. You understand the partial closing. How do you avoid blowing of account with small equity? I'm going to trick that. Are the candles always right as an entry signal, or are they wrong at that time, even though the candle is otherwise? How can I remove the line on my chart background? Okay, good. To remove the line on your chart background, just go to settings. Follow this thing that I said. I said you should screen grab and we'll watch it again. Go on your appearance. Once you come on your appearance, you want to go to grid, horizontal grid and all of that. Once you get here, make sure you lower the opacity. See, if I increase the opacity, the lines became more vivid. So lower the opacity so that it disappears that way. All right. So let me go on with the question. So far, so good. The one I've gotten. I believe that's a lot. So first, someone is saying I should treat trend line and so I should treat in form of supply and demand, support and resistance in form of supply and demand. What thinking? I was going to that round too. So support and demand, they're like, it's also used interchangeably as supply and demand zones. Supply, just like, oh, right now we're in December period as at the time of this class. So whenever price move up, okay, what is less likely to sell right now? Like water. Let's say, for example, we're into water business, bottled water business. Yeah, bottled water business. In dry season, what do you think happens? We sell a lot, and there'll be a lot of high demand. And when there's high demand, what happens? Price increases. Yes, we are doing pure water business, so we are just flat. We are doing pure water business, and there's a high demand. We're in dry season. In dry season, there's a high demand. So what happened? The price start increasing. Okay, so the point where price start increasing, that's a support. It's a support. All right. And if you get to a stage where it's raining season, people are less likely to drink water because they don't really get dehydrated. They are not really sweating. Everywhere is cold, and their attention will be shifting to maybe getting a sweatshirt, getting jackets, and all of that. So what happens to pure water? The demand start dropping. I'm just giving an example. What happened to bottled water? It start dropping. So this point where it dropped from is what we call resistance. All right. So to get to another stage again, the season comes again for pure water, it start going up again. So that's how basically it works. And you also have to know, like, this is in form of zone. It's not just a straight line, it's in form of zone. So if I say this point is a supply zone, that simply means each time price gets to this zone, there's definitely going to be a reaction. You get. So that's how support and resistance works. And it's also worthy of note that it's also a concept that may likely take you time. Now let me start marking that up on my chart. So the basic way to do this is you can turn your chart to a line chart in order for you to see the curves where they are push up, drop down, all of that. So you want to make sure you look for a point where it touches most. All right. So here now price got here, it bounced down, got here, it dropped right here again. It also touched it at this point, it dropped, touching this point, drop, touching this point, it dropped. So what is making price to get to this region and it keeps dropping? That'll be the question in my mind. So what I just want to do, I'll come in here, take this rectangular tool. Okay, I'll know, okay, this point held really strongly in that we have a touch right here. We have a touch right here. We have a touch right here. So extending it down. It even makes more sense. So when price got here before now, so that's how technical analysts they behave. They believe whatever is happening right now, something must have made it to happen. Price must have gotten to that point before and reacted. That's why it's currently reacting. So price got here. What happened? We have a sharp rejection to the upside. Go back here, sharp rejection to the upside. Go back here, though it was able to break right here, but it came back to the zone, retested again, retested this point, and it went up again. Getting to this point, it did a W, went up, tested, went up. So there's something about this zone. So whenever price get back to, let's say price was here at the time we spotted this opportunity. So what do we do? Each time price come back to this zone again, ever again in the future, the price get back here again, we sell. It's an opportunity for us. It's one conference, not just yet, not yet. It's one conference for us to go short. So for my brother who is asking me, how do we know when to enter into a buy or a sell? So when price get back to this zone, for example, now is one conference. This is telling you to that there would likely be a reversal, or there's likely going to be a reaction. It could either be not necessarily a drop. Sometimes it could either be a break, retest, bang, like what we have here. Retested it, moved up. It broke it down. It broke it to the downside, moved up, retested, bang. It can happen that way. Just like it's a potential. Look at it that, okay, here is a hotspot zone. It's a zone for you to pay attention to, not to take action just yet. So what determines where or not you're going to take action, when to take action, is your candlestick. Is your understanding of candlestick price action. All right. So you have to be very patient to you understand that point. I'm still going there. So I believe that is well understood. So that's how the concept of supply and demand zone pretty well. So let me convert this back to candlestick. So I can still do with candlestick, but I'm just making sure you guys understand what I mean by the concept. So you can see on candlestick, here's how it looks like. With candlestick, you can understand where to get in exactly. See, when price gets here, you start getting choppy from here. Sorry, I talk really fast. You guys are complaining that I talk fast. Sorry, I talk really fast. I don't really know. I forget. I try to be very cautious of that, but I'll still forget. All right. Okay. Price gets to this point, and you see candlesticks rejection, and from here it drops right there. Okay. And you saw how price also moved past this point, went up, right? Came back to resistance zone, and then we have an up move. Although this up move was not so sustainable, we had a drop right there immediately. Okay. So so yeah, so you can, let's put in more supply demand zone. So here's another zone again, another peak. Here's another peak again. At least if you can just find two, if you can find 2 to 3, it's fine. 2 to, this is 1, this is 2. Okay, so let's just elongate this back into the future. All right, to the future. Start saying when price got here, reacted, rejected, got here again, rejected. So that shows you that there's a lot of information right there. Here's another one again. I'm sure you guys are getting it. Here's a peak, and here's another peak again. What does have to do? We extend it. We extend. So that's a supply zone too. See price getting here, moved up, came back here, moved up, came back here. So it's a zone. Make noise, make noise, make noise, make noise, make noise, move back up again. Now we are currently at that zone now. Now the question is, how do we react? How do we know what to do at this point? How do we know? Are we going to go short? Are we going to go short at this point because of this huge resistance that is huge support that is at this point? No, support can actually turn to resistance. That's what we call turn quote. Can actually turn to resistance. For example, before now, it was a support. When price bouncing on top of this point, it acted as a support. But when price broke down, it came back here, it's acting as a resistance. It broke price, it came back, acted as a support. It broke price again, acted as a resistance. We tested it as a support again before it started moving up. So support can turn resistance, and resistance can turn support. I believe that's taken. All right. So there are more other things. How do you go about your multi-time frame analysis? So, okay, I'll do that. So one thing you should know is this doesn't let us know we should get in on the buy just yet. No, this is just a conference to let us know. This is like number one thing to note that yes, there is a support right here. Number 1 point. So for me, I teach my students in the premium session that you need to have at least 3 to 4 confirmations before you get in on the trade. I show them that confirmation. So today I'm also going to be bringing yours to you right now. So not necessarily you have to be a part of my mentorship and all that. I'm diverging everything to you. Why mentorship is really important is taking you by the hand and showing you how I'm doing it. Because success for me, I believe it's contagious. If you work with successful people, you just, in a way, you just become successful without you just, that's how the brain works. Start doing what he's doing, start doing what they are doing, and start profiting. Start saying $1,000 as nothing. Start saying $10,000 as nothing. So I remember when I was just starting now, I made, the first time I made $10, like I almost blew off our room. I was so happy, like $10, that's 3,600 naira if you convert it. I was really so happy. But these days, $1,000 is looking like nothing. I'm barely not contented with that sometimes. So $10,000 sometimes also nothing, depending on the account that I'm trading. Yet, if you might think it's capping. If you're trading a big account, let's say like $500,000, so you know that $10,000 is nothing because you are expecting to reach a particular target where investors are letting you we are waiting for you to get to a particular target, all of that. So you know that it's still nothing. You make $10,000, you be like, wow, I'm not met up to my target. So making money in Forex market is very relative. 1,005 can be nothing to some people. $15 can be everything to some people. But guy, I'm begging you, make sure you don't just stay in one zone. Keep improving your reach. Keep improving. Because this market the potential is unlimited. Or you might be making $1,000 in a month right now. You might be making $2,000 or $5,000 or even $50,000. Trust me, you can even still make more. You can make more. I know of a friend of mine. He makes $600,000. He makes $600,000 every month. Every month, $600,000. And if you see his collection of cars, you know, yeah, that this guy is not joking. He's in Paris. So these are that 5.3 trillion markets every day. I mean, every day. So if you are taking $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 daily, or as the case may be, it doesn't even shake the market. All you just need is just the right knowledge, right association, right people. All right. It's just tell your chart. One pair. And I also don't recommend you trading a lot of pairs as you're a new beginner. I mean, as a new person. Don't trade a lot of pay. Just stay with one because the money that GBP USD or GBP JPY or GBP CAD or Euro USD or BTC or anything at all synthetic can give you can't finish it in a day. So why chase other thing? I mean, this is a psychological part that I really need to talk to you guys. I don't think time will permit. Let me just finish the technical analysis and we'll move on. Don't worry. Just you guys should better know. You don't just have to stay with thing. You just have to stay one thing. Just have to stay one thing. This market is on potential. The potential is unlimited. That's why I get so excited when I'm telling people about Forex. I can tell you about Forex. I'm not shaking whether he's going to put me out of business. There's nothing like that. I even love it when more people are coming in. More people are coming in. I love it that way. I'm telling more people, come and make yourself free. Don't ask me for money. Come and learn how to make the money yourself. Don't ask me for fish. Come and learn how to fish for yourself. So that's what we're talking about. So that's why you see I roll out free courses. This is free. On my YouTube, you can check everything that will take you from 0 to 100. Everything is on YouTube. I also have on my website, which is free. You can just go register for FirePeople. It costs $0 to register, and it is free. They are premium courses, and I presented them myself, teaching you what is lot size, what is Forex, what is lot size, what everything you need to do step by step for free, for you to know how passionate I am about teaching you guys about all these things for free. So you better be taking advantage of all these things. If you are not getting it yet, my YouTube name is Jeffrey Benson, for my brother who is asking. Jeffrey Benson, I'm currently live on YouTube, so you can just go search Jeffrey Benson Forex or just have Jeffrey Forex. You get it right there. So you can subscribe to the YouTube and make sure you keep watching new videos. And if you know how to trade this thing, if you know how to, let me tell you the potentials are available. If you know how to trade Forex market, you can't go broke in life again. Like if you really know what you're doing. Because right now we have the rise of proprietary firms, companies that are ready to give you money to trade. Let me stop screen sharing. Let me just share this powerful opportunity. Companies that are ready to give you money to trade, $100,000 to trade, $200,000 to trade, $250,000 to trade. Now, if you really know what you are doing and you can trade it consistently for 3 months, you can even scale up onto $1 million US. So, man, like, tell me what job can give you 10% of $1 million US? That's $100,000. Of course, they're going to take their commission because they give you that money. Their commission sometimes always ranging from 30%. Their commission should be 20% to up onto now. Some are even reducing it to 15%. That's what they take. Then the 80% is yours. 80% of $100,000. That's $80,000 in a month. Man, what do you want to do with that $80,000 in a month? That's one thing you should be thinking right now. So, as a Forex trader, the opportunities available to you is endless. They are endless, and I'm sure there are still more coming because every now and then people have got money. You think there's no money in the country or in your country? There are a lot of money. People have got money. They are looking for ways to invest it. They're looking for someone who would not lose it. That's what they're looking for. Number one, who would not lose it, who help them multiply. That's the second thing. So if you know how not to lose, and also now you now have an add-on opportunity and how to multiply. Trust me, you're a golden asset. Someone can pay your flight ticket to wherever you are in the world and say, okay, come here and start trading for me. So I'm just telling you how you can be an asset by just learning this thing at the comfort of your home, and all these resources are available to you for free. All right. So these things are really, really, really important. You should know, you shouldn't be sleeping on it. Do not sleep on it. Make sure you are currently updating yourself with the right tools, with the right material. Okay. If you want to be a full-time trader, which is what I am, like right now, I'm at home. Sometimes, like Monday, yesterday, I went to the mainland. I just do my thing. Like anytime I want to, if I'm going to work, I just do my thing. I'm still trading off of my phone. I decide when not to trade. I decide, like, I mean, the freedom is just everything. You better start thinking. I'm talking to you as a newbie, so you guys know the opportunities that is available. All right. Even if it's for the freedom, because I'm kind of person, I love freedom a lot. I love freedom. Even if it's just for the freedom, I'm ready to put in my all. Freedom. I can decide to travel next week to Dubai. I can decide to travel to Paris. That's if if COVID will let us fly. Yeah, I can decide to do anything I want to at any time. Man, that's mind blowing. You have the money to fund it. It's mind blowing. So the only problem I have right now is time. I don't really have enough time for myself. In that's because not because of training. That's because I'm doing YouTube. I'm editing. I'm doing a lot of things, business meetings, brand deals, and all of those things. So I'm telling you, like, I mean, that's the life we all want to live. I've seen everyone here. I tried scrolling through everyone here. Everyone is youth. You're youth. We are from between 18 up until 35. Everyone here pretty young ladies, young guys. And I love seeing that. You better start taking advantage of all of these things right now, because you don't have an excuse not to make money. Like seeing people making crazy amount of money from NFTs, non-fungible tokens, seeing people making money from metaverse. You know, in metaverse, there are people already who are buying lands in metaverse. People are already building house. Yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine, said, oh, Jeff, I've not gotten a house. I've not gotten that. He was complaining to me, I've not gotten this. I said, don't worry. If there's no longer land for you to buy, you will buy a house. If there's no house for you to buy in the real world, you will buy a land and build a metaverse. Trust me, it is mind-blowing. So there's no longer panic. Oh, I've not built a house. I'm so aged. I've not built a house. Don't worry. You can go and buy a house now in metaverse. You can buy land in metaverse, and people are making crazy amount of money. If you want to learn more about metaverse, you can go to decentraland.com. And I also recommend a cryptocurrency that you do your analysis first before you put in your money. It's called Mana. You want to check it out. Just a little bit deviation. Check that cryptocurrency out. Put in your money, because trust me, from analysis, that coin should fly. Mana. Check it out. This is Mana right here. Here, Decentraland Mana. This is the coin that they use to do metaverse in Decentraland, to buy things in metaverse. And of recent, we all know the tech giant Facebook changed their name from Facebook to Meta. That shows you the potential that is available in that space. As you. So if you launch your Instagram now, you're not going to be seeing from Facebook anymore. If you launch your WhatsApp, you're not going to be seeing from Facebook anymore. It's from Meta, because Mark Zuckerberg is seeing the opportunity available in this space. They are moving there. We also saw how DJ Khaled is flipping NFTs. We also have like everything happening very, very fast. Kardashians, and even our own very own what's his name? Chinedu KDZ just finally listed his NFTs. Yeah, he listed his meme. You know, Popo, which is that is popular name Popo. That's our meme lord, African meme lord. His real name is Osita Iheme. I'm sure he's also doing his own too, and people are also trying to do that. So crazy money everywhere flying around, digital money. So you better be catching some. So Forex is one of the biggest ways you can also catch. And what I love about Forex is we'll switch to crypto. So just have an idea of how charts work. Even if crypto stop, we switch anything that comes, everything has got charts. I'm only saying even if. I know it can't stop. I'm very sure of that. So since we can't be sure of everything, say, okay, everything is not 100%. That's why I'm only saying if. I'm using the word if. So just know that you're still safe. So this is like, know this thing, learn this thing, dedicate 4 years, dedicate 5 years. However, you dedicated this thing in your school. I mean, just to get a certificate. Some of you are probably not really using it. All right. So why not just put in the same energy and learn this whole thing? So all this, I have it available already. So that's the concept of supply and demand zones. Another thing you also have to know is, I use trend line a lot. Trend line is also based off this pattern. Back to trading, back to I just stop. That's my ranting. I just want you guys to really know you're really young. You're really young. I don't want to be the one doing the convoy alone. I want you guys, we are pulling up to the party, pulling up big, pulling up with Lamborghini, pulling up with G-Wagon. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I mean. Like, it's sweeter that way. It's sweeter that way. Yeah. So let me get some comments. Let me get some comments in the comment section. I know people are already so hyped. Oh, Meta decentralized. That's the name of the coin. Yes, that's the name. Decentraland, not decentralized. Just search Mana, M-A-N-A. Let me type that out. M-A-N-A. Do your analysis, please. Do your analysis. Do not just rely solely on this. I'm not a financial advisor. Very important. So now let's get into the strategy. So basic way to do it is I have my support and resistance drawn out, and also I have my trend line too. So the concept of drawing a trend line is very simple, straightforward, and very simple. Here's it. Trend line must have these features. It must have at least 2 peaks or 2 troughs. Trough is bottom, peaks at the top. And number 2, it has to be relevant to the current chart, relevancy test. Now I'm going to break this thing down. Okay, so here is a peak, right here. Here is a peak. Here is a peak. So hence, the first criteria is checked. That's how simple it is to do trend line. Check. So once the first criteria is checked, so let's carry that out. Let's carry out that simple instruction. This is a peak, and here is a peak. That's a valid trend line as far as we are concerned. It's a valid trend line. So this takes us to number 2. Number 2 is it relevant to the current chart? They won't teach you this in any way. Like, I figured this out after long years, and I paid a lot of money to learn this thing, and I just found it. Now pay attention, please. I'm not telling you to cap. I'm just telling you how very important. This is the main thing what you should be paying attention to. That's what I'm telling you. All right. So this is the first. This is the peak, and this is another peak. That's a valid trend line from our explanation. So number 2, relevancy test. Relevancy test lets you know, is this trend line currently relevant to the current chart? If it's not relevant, you get rid of it. And what is relevancy test? You have to make sure it touches more peaks. More peaks. Remember, I underline the word at least 2 peaks. So you have a valid trend line if you have at least 2 peaks, not only 2 peaks, just 2 peaks. So you want to extend this one to make sure it touches more relevant peaks. So that's what we mean by the relevancy test. And however, this current red line I'm drawing, it has to be relevant to the current chart, the chart where we're currently at. So now, you see the way I'm dragging it down here? I'm making it to touching here, touches here, touches here, and it's touching here. So how many touches we've got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 touches, and that's it. This is a valid trend line. Now, how do you take action? How do you take action with this one? With this one alone, with trend line and supply and demand zone, you are good with the strategy. Okay, with trend line, supply and demand, you are good. You already have a strategy. You already have a strategy. So now, hence, this is also checked. Relevancy test checked. Let me wipe this and go really in depth. Okay. Now, when we have a supply, we have a demand zone, a supply zone right here, which is resistance or ceiling. When price got in here to the demand zone and there's a trend line I cut across, how would we have known? Because already we would have drawn our trend line across because we have a first touch, second touch, third touch. So our thinking is whenever price gets here for a fourth touch or any other touch, then there should be a price reaction to downside. It should bounce it to downside. So that's why we'll be waiting here. So now, how many confluences do we have already? We have supply and demand zone, 1 confluence. We have the trend line, 2 confluence. Then the next thing we have to have again is the third confluence, which is chart pattern or candlestick reaction, chart pattern or candlestick reaction or price action, as you may call it. So once you have 3 confluences, and please do not make your confluences too much. Some people have about 10 confluences. If you have 10 confluences, trust me, you'll never take a trade for the rest of the month. Some people for the rest of the year, they will not take a trade because their confluence is just too much. It's confusing. Some will be saying buy, sometimes some will be saying sell. It's always happened that way. Just keep your confluences small. 3 is fine. 3 is just 3 to 4. Fine. Don't complicate your system. Simple system such as this is just fine. And also, you also have a trend. We have main trend line. Inside trend lines is what you have done that we have micro trend lines. If you read a book on trend lines, so I'm going to share the book again in my Telegram channel. The link to join the Telegram channel for those who are on YouTube is in the description box. Go join and you download that book. The book is talking about trend line trading. Now, inside bigger trend line, this is a big trend line. Let me draw more trend line. Let me draw more bigger trend line with the same concept I just explained. This is only 15 minutes, by the way. So you can draw trend line on any time frame at all, as long as those two criteria are met. As long as those two criteria are met. Now let me just go ahead and fasten this process and draw bigger trend lines. This is a peak. I just make sure it touches more peaks. So inside of this bigger trend line, I'm done. Let's go to 15 minutes time frame. You can draw trend line on any time frame, not necessarily only just 15 minutes. Please note. What I just want to point out is inside of this trend, this one, there's another micro trend line again. Here's a trough. Here's a trough. So you just extend it out. Okay. Here's a trough, at least two, and it has to be relevant to the chart at that particular time. Okay. And inside of this trend line, this is what we call counter trend line. Counter trend line is a trend line that is drawn against the main trend line, counter trend line. So you might be hearing that a lot too. Here's another counter trend line again. Here's a trough. Here's a trough. Here's a trough. And now, how do you trade trend line? There are two types of trend line trading. Sorry about that. We have two types of trend line trading. We have number one. Sorry, let me call you back. So we have number one, trend line bounce. Trend line bounce. Number two, we have trend line break. Or you can call it breakout. Break. Trend line break. All right. So here's an example, example. This one right here that happened here is a trend line bounce because it's touching on this trend line and it bounced down. Next one again, touch on this trend line, it bounced down. That's a trend line bounce. Touching the trend, respecting trend line and on top of the trend line, it's moving, it's rejecting off the trend line. Whereas break is exact opposite of what I just said. Break is example right here. Let me erase all of these ones. Break is example right here. Upon touching it, went back up, it broke it down and started going. That's exactly example of break. All right. This is a bounce. Here's an example of a bounce. Touching this trend line, it bounced up. Coming back again, touch it, it bounced up. But upon coming here, it broke this one. So on break, we have two types of trend line break too. On that break, trend line, we have bounce, just one single bounce, nothing. On that break, we have two types of breaks. We have trend line break and retest. Break and retest. And retest. And we have immediate break. Immediate break. Yeah, these are two. So break and retest is the commonest type of trend line. Commonest one you will ever see everywhere. Trend line, break and retest. Break and like the one that happened right here. Remember, this is a bounce. Upon touching here, it bounces down. Touching here, it bounces down, bouncing down, bouncing down, bounce. All of them are all bouncing. Touching the trend line and rejecting. Touch it here, rejected. But right here, you see, there's a difference. This is a breakout. You pushed it up at this point, retested this zone again, and bang, up. So this is example of a break and retest. So an example of immediate break, that's really hard to find. That happens in times of news release, when there's sharp news release in the Forex market. There's sharp news release in the Forex market. That's when that really commonly happens. But that barely happens. The commonest one is always break and retest. So each time a zone is broken, most of the time it will always come back to retest like this. Let's say this is a zone. Each time it come up, break, it will always come back, retest before start going up again. Like that. That's how it works. All right, so that's that. So I've been able to break down some strategy that you could just be using. There are every other thing that you could learn. I have a lot of that thing on YouTube. You could keep learning and keep improving on. I just have to stop right here because I need to move on to the next phase. All right. So there are a whole lot of other concepts. These are just basic pure price action that you could do. Stay on one pair and look out for chart pattern. Now, the chart pattern that works most is M pattern. Let me move to M pattern. M pattern is a pattern that you see at the top of your charts. It signifies bearish market condition. It tells you that, okay, market's about to start moving to the downside. Example here, M pattern, it forms like M, but the common and other people call it double top. Here, it's an M pattern, forms an M. So once it happens, you enter on the second leg, it drops. That's the pattern I use a lot when I call out trade on my Telegram channel. If it's at the bottom, we call it W pattern, which is what's currently happening, which is what is currently happening right now. So we find a W pattern and we long. So now, what should the market do right now? How do I know what the market is supposed to do right now? Now, let's do analysis. Now, since we have our, what's it called now? This is a demand zone right here, demand or supply zone right here, and price reacting. Why that is a demand zone? Because price has always been getting to this point and it's been reacting. So we also have the idea that when price gets here, it's definitely going to react. So price already got past here, it came back down, forming a W. Now we have three things already confirming that we should buy from here. What are the things? Number one, we've got trend line. That's number one, confirmation. This is how I just basically trade. You don't have to make it complex. Number one, we have trend line. It's touching on trend line. It broke the trend, bigger trend line. It came to the test. Just have to disappear. This is a break on this big trend line. Coming back to retest this trend line. Remember, we have break and retest. So this is an example of break and retest that is playing out here. So we have one confluence right here. We have one confluence. We have W pattern. That's number two confluence. All right. The third confluence is we have demand and supply zone. That's number three. So hence, this trade, we should go long. It's good value for going long at this point. Now, the next question is, where would my stop loss be? Your stop loss should be here, a little bit below the low. Now, how do you determine stop loss? Stop loss is determined by current market behavior. Now, this is just a rough analysis I just did in your presence. I didn't do this before now, but just basically looking at charts and how it's currently behaving, I think we can scalp out some about 20 to 25 pips off of this market. So if we are to go long now, if we are to enter this trade, this is what I'm going to do if I'm to get in on this trade right now. I'll go long at this point. I'm just telling you how analysis is basically done. Let me zoom in. I'll go long at this point. Put in a stop loss of, this stop loss is 22 pips stop loss. Then we are targeting, I said, can give about 20 to 25 pips. So I'm risking 22 to get 25 pips. To me, that's not wise enough. I would want to take this trade. I'll wait for price to retrace a little bit more because I always want to risk small to gain a lot. That's my style of trade. I want price, but here, this candlestick reaction, this is a morning star and evening star that is forming right here. So that signals another candle confirmation telling us that it's going to go bullish from here. So the best point we would have gotten in would have just been here when this candle was once bearish to this extent. So have been here. If we get in lesser, that reduces our stop loss to somewhat like 15 pips. Then we'll be targeting 25. Then we can even increase our target to like somewhere around to like 30. Because I'm sure that price will definitely get to somewhere around this point. What am I using to target my stop loss and take profit? Nice question. If you ask that in your mind, what I'm using levels. So since I already know that price has gotten to this point before and there's a reaction, price was moving down from here, moved down from here, and then pull back up. Upon getting to this point, start dropping. So hence, price may likely get to up onto this point, yeah, and may want to start reacting, drop or even move further. But I'm comfortable to get out. It's safe to get out from there. So that's why I hope you like it. That's why I would like to get in. So to exit at that point. Talking about stop loss. Stop loss is a point where it's like giving an order to the broker. If I'm not on charts, if I'm not on trade, if price gets to this extent, I'm ready to take the loss. I'm ready to say I'm wrong. Please cut out my trade and leave my money for me, and I'm done. That's what stop loss means. So if you put this, how do we impute stop loss? We'll just put our cursor here where we set stop loss level. Then I'm going to look at the number. The number says 1.31894. So go on your MT4. The place it says stop loss, you impute 1.31894. That'll be your stop loss level. So let me spell that out. 1.398. I believe I remember. I hope I remember 1.39894. I hope so, but let me confirm. Okay, no, 1.31894, not 39, 1.31894. So I'll correct that. 1.31894. So that's the correct one. Let me erase the first one. Whoa. It's up here. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So I'm in class. Oh, sorry about that. So that's it. That's the stop loss level. Then the take profit should be, you also put your cursor here to check where I said the take profit is at. So this is how you basically take my signal. Each time I send the signal to the Telegram channel, this is how you'll be taking it. 1.32397. 1.32397. That would be your take profit level number. The same way we spell out this one. So let me also spell this one out. 1.3232397. 32397. 32397. Yes, that'll be your take profits. All right. So now let me refer you back to my Telegram channel. Let's say, for example, I'm about to send signal. Some people don't really know how to take signals. They don't know. I just want to teach you how the signal works, not just spoon feed you. Like at this point, I sent this trade before. This was the before the market start moving. So what it simply means is I got in at this point where this red and green meets. That's my entry point. I got in at this point. My stop loss is right here where the red stop. That's where my stop loss is at. Okay, which is somewhere at 1.32575. All right. So you have to, what I'm expecting of you is to go on your chart on TradingView and replicate the same thing on your own chart. So I don't just want to spoon feed you. I want you to also learn why you're also making profit, learning and earning. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. So once you go on your chart, check the stop loss and your take profit should be down. So now watch the effects later on. This is what later I said show some love. Then later, that's on Instagram post though. Later, this is my trade later. So you see, it hits my take profit right here. Then I was already out of the trade. So this is my MT4, how I stacked it. This is a different topic entirely, how to enter multiple positions. So I had entries right here, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Remember yesterday I said 1 standard loss, each pip move is $10. So on this trade, I was making $25 for each pip move. So we crash it up onto this extent where I put this sign right here. So we got out. So it was fully stacked. So that's how trading just basically works. And what did I see before I get in on this trade? And that perfect question that you would ask. What did I see? The same thing I explained. I saw supply and demand zone in form of psychological level. You want to watch psychological level video on my YouTube, it's all there, and also on my website. Everything on website it is arranged. On YouTube it is scattered because I talk about different topics based on requests. But on website it is arranged A, B, C. So the website is firepipsfx.com. Firepipsfx.com. So if you are following me on Telegram, on Instagram, anywhere, you always see that website everywhere. Firepipsfx.com. So you can learn about this one. So these candlesticks that I saw here, I explained this to my premium membership. This is COD. This is COD candlesticks. COD. It's been happening. It's a candlestick that is a pattern that has been repeating itself for long now. It's been repeating itself for a while now. And I noticed it. And my team member, they're also noticing that they're killing it. Now, let me show you more example where it also happened. So it keeps changing. That's why we say market is dynamic. As long as economic is not static, things keep changing. Human behavior is changing. Coronavirus was not here before it came, and it changed. So patterns will always keep changing. Patterns of behavior of people, how people move in money, how they withdraw their money, how things like that keep changing. So hence, patterns will always keep changing. Like this code happened a lot last week. So you can notice a code right here. This is a code called candlestick. But you won't notice all these things if you are not really paying attention to one pair. All right. You have to notice all of these things. So whenever a code is happening, then there's a reaction. There's money to be made. There's money on the table to be made. Come on. There's money on the table to be made. So these are pattern that we have studied over time that works crazily. It works crazily. So you guys better be paying attention to all of these things because that's where the real money is. Real money is. I'm not talking about indicators today. Maybe that may just be some other time and all of that. But well, I believe you guys are super pumped about this class. So all right. So someone is saying we need more info and confirmation candlesticks to use. The confirmation stick to use right here is you have to wait. Now, making the profit is what you are really, really, really keen about, which is what I'm also very concerned about too. So you want to wait for price to come back to this zone. Do not have FOMO, don't have fear of missing out and jumping on this trade. All right. So on this trade right now, you want to wait. This is an entry zone. This is an area where I like to put my entry zone. So if price come back to this zone, you get in this box that I drew right here, you get in. It's a very good point to buy. And remember to put your stop loss to these levels that I marked out, I spelled out. Then price should get to this point, and then that should be your exit. All right. So these are the things. What else you need? I already told you about Miss Joy. You said area about you need candle style to get in. In getting in, you need morning star. Candlestick. Let me list some candlesticks that really work well on GBPUSD. You need candlestick pattern, morning star or evening star. Morning star. Now, what is even morning star or evening star? Let me show you that. Here, morning star. This is like the one I spotted right here. If it's found at the bottom, I think it's evening. If it's found at the top, it's morning. It's one for the other one. I can't really remember what, but it's either morning star or evening star. If it's found at the bottom, it's morning star. If it's found at the top, it's evening star. If it's found at the bottom, it can be evening star. If it's found at the top, it's morning star. Like that. So morning star, this is a morning star. First, you see the one coming bearish. If it's at the bottom, you come bearish. Then the other one at the middle will close small with a tiny body. Have long weeks, but with a tiny body. Then you have a very strong bullish one that takes all of them out. It takes all of them out. So what this simply means, the psychology behind this is there were sellers, people taking profit that bought here, they took profit, so market dropped. So sellers were in presence, they were actually present, but buyers just came and took out all of them. So it's just like a market continuation pattern. So Morningstar works a lot. Another thing you also have to pay attention to is chord pattern. This thing just started making sense. Chord pattern, like what I showed you earlier, where there are group of candles, they are always the same height. They are the same height. Buy, sell, all of them, they are all the same height, which is what I showed you at this point. So it also happened right here. See this point? The chord thing also happened right here. Okay, it's been happening of recent. Just know that these patterns can change. They change, they are dynamic. Here's another one that also happened right here. There are always, it's like market indecision. Chord, the same. They are forming the same highs, the same low. They'll go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down. It happens a lot in festive period like this because there are a lot of indecision, low volume or unnecessarily high volume because it can easily be manipulated because most institutions, banks are on holiday, they're on break. Like this one too. See, moved up the same next minute, and that red candle came up, moved up again. Next minute, another red candle came up like that. These are chord patterns. So I believe that's it. And that you have to pay attention to your trend line, know how to draw trend line. Watch this recording over and over again. So there are trend lines everywhere. Trend lines. Here's a peak, here's a trough rather. Here's a trough. So value trend line. Here's a trough. This is a trend line bounce. You have traded this one. Upon touching it again, you traded. You see, notice when this is demand zone. Upon demand zone, if you had bounced here and you were here, you put a trend line. So the trend line cut across this point, and there's a demand zone right here. Upon touching it, then you know that it's a long. Wait for candlestick move for like a W. It's like a form of a W, like this. We call this one, I and my team, we call this one too, like a W. W. Yes, this is a W. W means to go long, or you can call it double bottom. If it's an M, it means to come short. Like here's an M, a small M. Always note, the second leg might be longer. It might be longer, and the first leg might be longer. It doesn't come in no particular order. Just know it will form something like W. So it takes time that you study these patterns and start making sense to you. Just study a few patterns and start working with them. You make crazy amount of money. This one that happened right here, I remember it was an NFP that happened, last NFP for December. NFP of the year, last NFP of the year. All right, so that's it on chat. So let me get some questions. If you've got any questions, drop it in the chat box on YouTube and also on Zoom call. Let me take questions. Jeff, please, do you have any readable material for beginners? I don't have. Yes, I sent a material on my Telegram channel this morning. That's a book I co-author with Nathaniel. So Jeffrey and Nathaniel, read that book. That's the beginner's guide. That's the book I recommend also in my website. So that's the book right there. How many channels do you have? I just have one channel, which is at Fire Peeps Signals. Finish. That's just the only channel. And I also have a new one now, which is on WhatsApp for premium only, just for premium members, where they can have personal contact and personal relationship with me. All right. and also grant my people access, like we could just meet and all the network and all that. It's how do we scale in like you do? Scaling in. Okay, now let me talk a little bit about that. Can you take trend line from down upward? Yes, you can. You can take from down upward, which is what I just did. If it's in an uptrend, you take from down upward. But are we to buy now? Okay, it's a buy signal, but wait for price to come to that zone where I marked out, which is recommended pattern to trade. Any pattern that works well for you, just study your charts. Go back 2 weeks back and study the pattern that is currently happening. Look at the patterns. Then you can start doing that. You can start looking at the pattern and you're replicating that on your chart too. Some of us know how to trade from following user, but the funds to trade is what we don't have. Good question, Wisdom. So how do you get funds to trade? I have everything set down for you guys. Everything. Now, you know how to trade. You said you learned how to trade from me. That's from Wisdom on Zoom, because I give a lot of useful content. If you want to get funds to trade, I make a lot of YouTube content regarding that always. How to start trading from nothing, from zero to where I'm currently. Now, I made a video on how to get from $0 to $500 in a month. You want to see this video. This video, basically, the opportunity it's advertising is $50, free $50 from FBS. FBS is a broker that gives $50 to traders to trade. But however, they have conditions. So you have to make sure you read those conditions. You must not exceed 20%. You must not exceed 20%, okay, of that 20% drawdown or that account. And also, you're only allowed to withdraw when you're able to make $25 upward. So you can only withdraw 20, and you can only withdraw once. So these are very tight criteria. So if you can open the account and you are trading it successfully, from there you can pull out some money, that's like $100, and you can go and buy and purchase a funded account, my Forex fund, funded account. So in purchasing in my Forex fund funded account, they have packages of $10,000 up onto $200,000 account. So my Forex fund is a company that gives you money trader to trade. They can give you $10,000 to start trading, up onto even $200,000 to start trading. Why you keep 75% up onto 85% of the money to yourself? Why they keep 25% up onto 15% of the money as time goes on? So all you just have to do, you have to come to their programs. So upon getting to their programs, click on the programs, click on evaluation. On the evaluation, this is where they have to test you first. So you have to pay a refundable fee. The fee is only refundable only on when you pass. Only when you pass. So they have the 10K. So for you to get the 10K, you pay $84. 20K, you get 139. 50,000, you get 299. For 200K, you get 979. And for 100K, you get 499. So there are other broker, there are other prop firms. They're not the only one doing it. We've got FTMO. FTMO is really popular too. So you want to check out FTMO. They are really popular. And now we have E8 funding. E8. Yes. These guys, they offer for $250,000 account for the same price that FCM, my first is offering that $200,000. So you can take advantage of all of these plans. Someone is asking on YouTube, that's Rex FX. Do you make use of Fibonacci levels when trading? Yes, sometimes, not always. Evangel on YouTube is asking, can cord patterns be considered as choppy market at that particular? Yeah, it can be choppy market at that particular time. Yes. Can you explain backtesting? That's from OBD. Backtesting is a time where you go back far back in charts and you're looking at for what has happened, the patterns that have happened, and you'll be taking note of them in your trading journal, so that whenever that pattern happens again in the future, you can note it and you take action with it. All right. So this our trade will play out very soon, but wait for candles to still come back to the zone. Once you come back to the zone, that would be a good price. So I look at it as a form of a good price or a bad price. So I need a good price. I know it's going to buy, but however, I want to get in at a very good price. Just like me negotiating a bottled water. They can tell me, oh, the bottled water is $50, for example. Yeah. I say, no, I want to wait for the price to come out to $25. That's when I'm comfortable buying. So I want to wait for it to come back to $25. Then I'll buy, move up to $50 or $10. Then $25. Then when it moves up to $100, rather, $100, $25, then I sell for profit. That's what trading is all about. All right. So these are the places where you can get money to start trading right now. And also another way you can get money to start trading is through giveaways. I organize a lot of giveaways, which happens on my channel. All you just need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel. So whenever I'm announcing a new giveaway, you'll be a part of that. All right. I do giveaways too. Each time I make a lot of money and I just want to show some love to people who are around, I give out money too on my channel. All right. Another way for you to learn how to get money to trade is be a part of my mentorship. That's another way too, because there are more ways I will unveil to you how to you can actually get money to start day trading. Yeah, there are more ways to all this one. You see how I did it from scratch and all of that. To be a part of my mentorship, you have to come back to Fire Pips FX. Yes, this is where you learn for free, and also you can learn. So for those who have been asking me, how do I start learning for free? You have to enroll for the free course. The free course is this one, how to start learning for beginners. This recorded live session is paid, just the same way I'm with you live now. I go on live every Wednesday and every Friday with them. So that one is paid. That's one question. I take them by the hand. I make sure it's a must. They know it is a must. I give them the drill. And this one is also paid. All right. So these are the things that you just basically have to know. So for those who are struggling with finances, take advantage of that free $50 bonus. And also another way you can do is you can actually talk to someone, an angel investor, someone who will not kill you when you lose the money. And when you are collecting money from people, there's a way you do it. There are documents you have to prepare. You sign, he signs, and there are ways you have to approach the funds. So these are more things I just I let people know. Yeah. So I'm not going to be talking about that right here. It's for premium membership and all of that, how to get investors, and how I was able to get a lot of money to start investors and all of that, blah, blah, blah. So there are documents you sign, there are risk management you put in place, there are softwares you have to put in place in order not to exceed your, risk management software to exceed your risk limit that you sign with your investors, etc. So that's how that works. So I believe I've answered today's questions. Thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate you guys for coming. I'm basically going to take our Forex trade on MT4 tonight, like you said yesterday. It's 3 a.m. my time. Oh, you should be in the United States, I guess. So the trade that we are taking is, okay, now let me take this trade just because we are live. Let's take this trade. Let me screen record my phone. This trade is a buy, but the best point to get in is right here when price gets to this point. So we would have gotten it when it was here so that you can move us up in profit. So right now you see it's already shooting. So getting right now would be risky. It's not a good price. So I'm not going to get in. I'll just stay out. I just wanted to get in. But how to get in is, for those who got in at the time I was doing analysis, make sure your stop loss is right here. You already did that. The stop loss should be 1.3874, and your take profit should be somewhere around here. Watch it for it to play out. I'll keep you guys posted in the group, in the Telegram channel for those who already placed it. I want you to place that based on what I taught you guys yesterday on MT4. So if you have not seen that video, make sure you watch the previous recording of last class. We got into this trade at this point. For example, we got into this trade at this point. It's already moving on in our favor. We are going to move our stop loss in profit. Move our stop loss in profit. That's break even. So no matter what happens at that particular time, we can never lose the trade. We can only live with small profits or nothing. We can't lose the trade. That's break even. So it's a trade management technique to protect your account and your investor's account. I'm already in the GBP-USD trade and up with 20 pips plus. Wow. I believe Timila is from my premium group. Yes, he's from my premium group. Welcome, my brother. Please, I need idea of risk management, that is lot size to use with an account of $100, $500, $1,000. Easy saying he's also making profit. Congratulations, guy, for taking the opportunity. Now, for lot sizing, you have to go to BabyP's calculation, position size calculator.com. This is on risk management. I didn't really want to come here because this is a very deep topic on its own. Then you put in your account balance. Let's say you are risking, you have $1,000 account, or put any account balance you have here. If it's $100, you can put in there. But the more money you have, the more you can actually, you have more room you have more buffer to place more trade and to risk reasonably and to obey the proper risk management. Because if you have $100 account, you want to be risking $10, 10%. 10% on an account is too risky. But $100 is reasonable because it's a small account. You understand? So risk percentage is very relative, depending on the account you are using. I'm not going to be placing the trade. I almost wanted to shoot on and start placing trades so you guys can see, but that market has already moved. So we don't force trade. We wait for it to come to us. So on a $1,000 account, I always recommend risks what you can afford to lose. So risk 1% since it's a $1,000 account. But if it's a funded account, a $100,000 account, what I do risk is 0.5. What I risk on a $100,000 account, funded account. Okay, if like my $45,000 account, I'm just risking, sometimes I risk 0.5 to 1% or 2%, depending on my risk appetite for that day. So back to 1,000 example. So 0.5%, I'm risking the stop loss. I always look at 20 pip stop loss. That's my average risk. So amount at risk is $5 as is. If the trade you are on, if this parameter is correct, the trade you are on, if it whipsaw against you, you're going to be losing $5. All right. The position size in units is 2005. So the loss size you have to use is 0.02. Why did they say 2005? Remember yesterday I said for 0.01, the unit is 1,000 units that you are buying of the base currency. So now since is 0.202, so this is 0.025 is 2,500 that you require to put. They just further confirm what we're talking about yesterday. So you pay attention to it. This is telling you in form of mini, this is telling you in form of micro. So you pay attention to standard lot. God. MT4 uses standard lot size. So 0.02 loss size for $1,000 account. If you want to risk 0.5, you're going to be using 0.05 as your lot sizing. So that's that on lot size. So this is what I recommend. Do not risk more than 1% of your account. Do not risk more than 1% of your account. So I believe it's better than just telling you for $100 use 0.01. I want to tell you it's relative. You have to learn the reason why I'm saying you should use that one. I don't want to spoon feed you. You have to know the reason behind the rationale. So that's how I do my teachings. You get it. So I believe that makes sense. So this price is still going to shoot up. With this pattern, it's still going to shoot up more, more. So we want to this extent. Okay. So that's it. Let me share this analysis on our group so that I can remember to keep track of it. Can remember to keep track. I'm sharing now. Live class. So I'll remember where and why I sent it in. So that's it on today's class. So thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you guys. How do you calculate people mobile? You do it manually. There's no mobile, there's no an automatic way of doing it on mobile yet. Please keep dropping the analysis signals on the Telegram channel. We really appreciate you. Welcome, you're welcome, You're welcome, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming on board. Thank you guys on YouTube too. I appreciate you guys for coming. I appreciate you, Rexcellent. Appreciate you, Joanita. Appreciate Chamu, Manuel, everyone on YouTube. I'm seeing you guys. I see the comments. You guys, a lot of love you guys are dropping. I appreciate you guys. If you have $100 account, how much should be my risk? Do not risk like 10 risk 10% at a time because it's just $100. $100. Let's do that risk management for $100. For $100, remove 10, do 10%. That's only when your wins can be meaningful. So standard loss size is going to be 0.05. So start with 0.01. From there, you start scaling, you start, and don't use more than 0.05 at a time. So you can start with 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, and keep adding, like dollar cost averaging style that I always teach on my YouTube. Start adding, and you make sure you have at least 5 positions or max, rather 5 positions start. So that will be in total 0.05 in total. So if that trade we saw against you, you're going to be losing $10. So you already know what you set to risk, what is at risk before you even start. So that's why I see Forex as a very risk-free business. A risk that is controllable, risk that is already predetermined is not a risk to me. That's how I see it. So it's only when you don't know what you're doing, you are leaving your risk open. That's when it's a huge risk on your path. So do the right thing and always make sure your risk is covered. And that's it. So this candle is still dropping. If you've not gotten into the trade, it's an opportunity for you to get in if you want to get in. So price should get here before we start seeing a huge decline. But remember, this is a sell trend. We are in a sell trend overall, but price should still go up before we resume the sell. So bye for now, guys. See you on the next call and bye. They'll be live tomorrow. Same time, same place, same energy, same spirits.